Hello, welcome to Access Paranormal. And tonight we're out and about again, both me and James Anthony. We've returned to, well, I'm returning to Sidings Lane because I've been here before. But James, you know a little bit of history of this more than I do. So I'm going to pass it over to you to tell a little bit of the history before we get to where we're going and we can start calling out.
Yeah, well, it's a fascinating place. And it's actually the site originally. It's all woodland now. But originally it was the site of Rainford collieries. So just in this area alone where we are now, there was 4 shafts. 2 of them you can still see where they were today. If you come for a walk, you can see the concrete caps on the top of the shafts. And the other 2 were kind of a little bit further away, on just kind of to the right of the road when you come in. And this pit, I believe, closed in 1929. And obviously has been reclaimed by nature since. It used to have a pit railway going through it, and it was a big colliery as well. I think what a lot of people, you know, if you're not particularly knowledgeable about mining or coal mining stuff, a lot of people tend to think that these pits were relatively shallow, but they weren't. I'm not sure of the depth of this particular pit, but for example the ones at, you know, Sutton Manor, you know, they were the shafts there were over 2,000 feet. And then people would be travelling, you know, maybe for half an hour to reach the coal face that they were working on.
Can I just ask, is the road we're walking on now?
Yeah.
What was this? Was this the road in, or was it?
Yeah. This is on the old maps. Is always here.
Yeah.
But this would have been one of the main routes. But it's
right.
Going quite dark now. But you can see on the left where it raises up. That embankment was actually where there was a railway line.
The railway line, that's to our left.
And when we get to the bottom here, we'll see what's now a pond. Well, it looks like a pond, but that was the original reservoir for the colliery. Well, this pit as well, there was, excuse me, as there was in many, I mean, there was hundreds and hundreds of collieries around St Helens.
Yeah.
And Wigan and across the Lancashire coalfield. You all right?
Massive pothole. You nearly got me as part of the spirits then.
Absolutely hundreds. And the early ones were basically just kind of little, you know, shafts that they sunk down. They used to mine out where they could and then go along another kind of 100 feet and then mine another one out as the seams outcropped. And obviously as technology got more advanced, particularly with the steam age, they could tunnel deeper. And I think, and I might be wrong with this, these shafts were just around about 1,000 foot to the bottom.
Right.
Which is, you know, if you think Blackpool Tower is, I think, what, about 300 feet or something like that?
So you can imagine.
Yeah. Now, we'll have to be quiet when we get down here because there might be people night fishing and we don't want to disturb them if we do.
Right, okay.
But the other interesting thing is that when you actually look at where the top of the shafts are here, obviously they're well sealed up now, you know, you can see the stone beds, which I believe is the foundations from where the old pit headgear used to be.
Right. Oh,
and actually as well, when you go down this way, if you go to the right,
where the pond is,
not where the pond is but the opposite way, you'll find an old Victorian tip, and in that tip there's all sorts of plates, glasses,
still
things which have been thrown out, and but it's interesting this because obviously it's so overgrown now.
It's a house.
Yeah, but it is. I wonder whether that was part of the colliery originally. But it is. If anyone's listening and you fancy a nice walk, it's an absolutely fantastic walk to go on as well. You know, it's a really beautiful place.
I mean, you've seen it in the dark.
Well, you need to come in the day. It's not frighten me that like that.
And then put me on.
We'll take this path this way.
Yeah.
And as I say, we'll just watch out to make sure we don't frighten anybody who's.
You go in front.
Yeah.
If you get jumped, it gives me a chance to run.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So this is. You all right?
Yeah.
Crikey, that's a creepy gate, isn't it?
For the listeners who've got headphones on, we do apologise for that, because that was quite creepy, wasn't it?
So this where we are now was all the colliery site.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to now is number 1 and number 2 shafts. I'm not exactly sure whether they were filled and capped.
That's it on the right now, isn't it? I think I can see something on the right.
No, this is just
a bench.
Yeah, it's just a bench. I'm not sure whether they were filled and capped or whether they were just
just a bench.
capped over. A lot of the collieries that were capped in the kind of 60s, 70s, 80s and that and onwards.
Yeah.
They were all filled in. Sutton Manor and Bold and places like that. There's one of the.
There's one, yeah. And I think the other one's round the other side of the trees,
that was. They were filled with hundreds of thousands of tons of stone.
Can I just say something, James?
Mm-hmm.
It was much easier getting them to them today than when me and Marina went, because we went through all the woods.
Right, I see.
It's like a world tour.
So you can see.
So
this is this concrete structure here.
Yeah.
This is the top, and this is number 1 shaft, which was the downcast shaft, which is where the clean air went into the pit, and then the one opposite on the opposite side is the upcast, so it would create an air, circulate the air around.
So that's where you had the fire at the bottom of that
one.
Well,
that one was. This one was of an age where it wasn't fans; it was a fire that was lit on the other shaft over there. Yeah. A fire was lit. Not necessarily at the bottom, but in the shaft, and almost like a chimney effect would draw the workings up.
Right.
And I believe that one over there was what they call the furnace pit. Now, if you look on the front of it here, you can see
there's a plaque.
Well, there is, and what this would say, if you could.
Oh, so there is something on it.
There is writing on it, and it's very, very faded. Now, you've got your phone on your torch.
Because certain person.
It should say something along the lines of danger mine shaft, but some of them used to have the year that it was capped and the depth of the shaft and things like that. Let's see if we can see it.
Brain's a bit near me.
I know, yeah.
Torch, isn't I? So just like risking it. So here's my torch.
There we go. So if you look on this one, you can't really see anything.
Is that the actual one though, or has it been taken off?
It looks to me like it's. No, I don't really know. Because it's concreted in. I think it's. It's that.
It's been badly damaged.
Yeah, there's none on the opposite side. Sometimes you can actually make out where it will say the right. There are a few. In fact, you can, if you look at the bottom.
I can see where
see
writing,
a very faint amount of writing here.
Yeah. But you can't read it, can you, because of the damage?
Yeah, it's the only bit I can see is where it says NCB, but it's kind of, by the looks of it, it's just, unfortunately, you can see. In fact, you can see more writing, and the closer you look, there's a U there.
Yeah, and we do apologise for the buzzing because James has got the phone right next to the mic.
But if we stand over here, in this section,
jump down.
You can
with me, James.
Yeah, it's all right. You can see.
I'm trying to turn the torch off so we've got light for later if we're getting back. So we're just in the middle of the field. It's a lovely field, though, isn't it? The way they've done it, it's nice.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Now the other shaft is just around the corner there.
The shaft is over here, so you can see the two. There's one,
and there's two.
The other.
Yeah.
And as I say, what's really interesting is if you think about it, they've obviously got quite a hell of a depth to them.
Yeah.
Right the way down, but right there underneath us now is all the original workings from the mine, which is fascinating, isn't it?
Do you think that an idea would be, James, to put a cap ball on that one and a cap ball on the other one?
I was just going to say that. Let's go and have a look at the other one first.
Okay, let me put a cap ball on this one first.
Yeah, okay.
Because if it goes off, it goes off.
Yeah.
So, get my steps in today. So if I put that on the top, it won't go anywhere because there's quite a big indentation there.
Yeah.
Okay, that should go off in a second. And we'll go across to
the other one. At least you won't forget where you've put it.
Hey?
Listen, at least you won't forget where you've put it.
Yeah, it's right on the top. It's still going though. It should go off in a second.
Yeah, it's gone off now.
If it goes off though, that'll be interesting.
It will be because there's you can see the dips here.
Yeah.
So that's there's the generally what if you ever speak to old miners, they normally say the safest area is actually around the top of the shaft because the shafts were brick lined right the way down usually, or concrete.
So they'd be solid.
But they're very, very solid. Yeah. So this is the other one. This was number 2, I believe.
Yep.
Now this might have a plaque on it as well. There's definitely one of them where you could see something.
So what I'll do is I'll put that one on there now.
That one's gone on that side. But you can.
It's gone on this one as well, yeah.
It has, unfortunately, yeah.
Sadly, yeah. We've got the two cap balls on the caps.
And then if you're in the woods here,
yeah,
you can see sometimes there's some stone. And what you got to think is, if you was to visualise where we are now, what's fascinating about where we are, and it's so beautiful at the minute with all the trees,
yeah.
There'd be a big headgear up above here, going down, winding engine, steam winding engine, boilers, steam operated. All of this area here would be an absolute hive of activity.
And I bet you it's a lot of stuff still under this ground.
Well, I mean, the thing is that underground there probably will be. With I know from stuff that I've read and people have spoken to, when they were closing a lot of the pits in the 80s and 90s,
yeah,
some of the equipment, the machines, was just left underground because it was more expensive to bring it out than it was to leave it to leave it underground. So there was millions of pounds of it. Some ex-miners, I suppose, said there was millions of pounds of equipment. These obviously shut a lot before that, but as I say, you can see, you can imagine what it must have been like here with buildings and everything, and blacksmiths and hundreds of people going down there, and people died as well. I mean, there was a disaster here where it went on fire, and they were digging a new they were working towards a new coal seam, and it's a goose, isn't it? Yeah. And there was a fire in the pit, and a number of people died in it. I think there was 9 in total who died. And what was quite sad as well, is from reading about it, is that they had to seal the tops of the shafts to stop the air going in, so the fire ran out of oxygen. And what the manager of the pit discovered the next day when he arrived is basically that the 2 people who were looking after it overnight, the scaffolding had fallen, they'd also fallen down as well, and they weren't involved in it originally, So
they were just looking after it.
They were just looking after it. I've got to say, I'm not sure which one of the 4 here it was.
But it's still interesting.
But it's still, and and also, people, when these were open in the Victorian times, there was people working down there. Children were working down the mines, and that was a particularly grim job, because the children very often would be working an air door or drawing tubs and things like that, and. You imagine going down at night when it was in the morning, when it was dark in the winter, and coming out when it was dark. Life. It was a very, very, very hard life that people had. You
can't imagine children work down mines.
Yeah.
You see the documentaries and things like that, but now that'd be child slave labour, wouldn't it? That?
Well, it was. It was. I mean, it was. But what the thing is what used to happen is that colliers, particularly Victorian colliers, would get paid based on how much coal they hewed out of the ground. Right. So what sometimes would happen is the whole family would work down the mine. The wife would, the kids, they would all work, and they would all support the collier to hew the coal out. And then there was also, very well known around here, well, across the country where there was coal pits, was what they call pit brew lasses, who were women who used to work on the coal, on the screens, and screen the coal and everything like that. And there's a great picture of the waste heap of this particular pit during the miners' strike in the 1920s, and people picking bits of coal, because there was no coal coming up, picking bits of coal
to keep themselves
warm. So it was it's very, 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 very interesting place.
Just trying to work. It's okay. It's probably another bench over there, isn't it? See in the distance.
There is, there's a tree, I think.
So how your eyes deceive you.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Now where we are, we can see the 2 cat balls.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah.
I think what we should do, James, is sit at the table, sit on the bench somewhere or a table.
Yeah, I think we can, can't we?
And just for entertainment purposes only for the show, let's do a test again with the
cat balls.
No, the.
Oh yeah. Spirit Talker.
Spirit Talker. It's a sound effect, isn't it? It's something to try. Let's go on to Spirit Talker. See a lot of people using the Spirit Talker now.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Later.
I think there's people down there, you know,
Is
just
there?
behind. I've just seen some torches going, yeah.
Right, well, let's move the cap off from this one then, because...
But you can see, I mean, what's really fascinating
Yeah.
is that this, where you've got the area here,
Yeah.
you've got this big open area.
Yeah. Just so people know, we're recording, but there are people going past us in a minute, so we can't really...
There's definitely people there.
Yeah, you can see the people now walking along. But the thing with this is, it's the history of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously, mine shafts, there's been many deaths.
Yeah.
Many deaths.
Yeah.
We don't, like you said before, we don't know whether this has happened here before or anything like that.
The thing is, it's difficult now to actually consider what it would have been like when you go back over 100 years.
Yeah.
And because it's been changed so much.
True, yeah.
And when you look at the when you look at this now, the interesting thing is that nature is particularly all around.
Yeah,
so now it's almost been reclaimed again from what it would have been originally.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Which is quite fascinating, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this one feels a little bit more friendlier than the other one, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
It seems, I get what you mean, but do you think it's because the other shaft what we've been looking at there,
it's dark, it's under the trees, isn't
exactly,
it? Yeah,
it's dark.
yeah.
And this one's in the daylight, basically daylight, because it's going dark now, but it feels more calm, and I'd be quite happy walking through here on my own now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
let's.
I don't know, it wouldn't be.
Let's.
Trying to work out what that is there. Oh, it's a bin. Isn't it funny how your eyes deceive you in the dark? Now this is where you've got to try and think logically, because otherwise everything's paranormal. Now, have you got the phone, have you, James?
I've got the phone.
Yeah.
I've got the phone.
Should we go and sit back up there?
Yeah, we can do. We can see them, can't we, from where we are?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've turned it off, Jamie, actually. By mistake.
Numbskull.
I know. There you go.
You just can't get the stuff.
Bet then people are blooming thinking, who on earth are these walking around recorders at this time of night? It's very peaceful. Now, they're just...
I've got to say, James, the funny thing was, before we started, we went past the car park and there was cars in there, and I just thought, not again. Because whenever I've been, Shadley Park, I just go woof woof in there.
Just so we know, there's a railway line there.
Yeah, okay.
So
wherever we go, there's a railway line.
I know, yeah. So we might hear a train.
Yeah. Oh, come on, let's rest our rear.
Sit down on the bench.
But when you think about this place, and it used to be full of people.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And noises and...
Oh, and noise and bangs and smell.
Yeah.
You know, the smell of steam and soot and... you know...
Maybe there's still coal underneath all
Oh,
this.
yeah, there will be, yeah.
Oh.
I bet you there's all sorts underneath. I bet you there's tools and...
Yeah.
You know...
I bet if you went down looking through the shafts, there's stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff in there still.
I think you'd probably have a bit of difficulty getting down now.
Well, yeah.
Right. You've got the Spirit Talker
We've got the Spirit Talker back on again. James decided to turn it off without telling me. Sorry about the feedback while I'm doing this, because I'm just setting it up so we can see it.
Can you hear that noise? It's the goose, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, it's the geese flying in. Coming in to rest or roost, not rest. So should I call out?
Yeah, go on.
So just say if there is anybody here, any miners, anybody who worked here, please feel free to come forward. We're not here to hurt you. We'd love to know your story. And just as we call out, we get there they are coming
There
in.
they go.
Yeah, there they go. Please come forward. The rack.
The rack.
What's a rack?
A torture device, isn't it? I don't think they had a rack here, to be honest.
No. It's an unusual word to come out of, the rack.
If there's any spirit people here, maybe you used to work here, you used to work down the pit, or you're with us. Maybe this is where you used to come. Maybe you used to come in all the time that it's been a nature reserve and just enjoy it. But if you're here and you can see where the old pits were, we've put 2 little balls on the top of them. Can you make one of them flash for us?
Or push them off.
I'll push them off.
Now we're what, 20 foot away from one of them, and
Yeah, the other one's over there.
70,
Just
80
about
foot
see it,
away from
can't
the
you?
other, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
If
see
it goes
them.
off, we'd see it.
Yeah. We've also got to walk all the way over there and collect it.
Yeah. You have. I'm staying here.
If there's anyone here with us, any spirit person, please come forward, give us a sign and let us know that you're here.
Painted eye.
Painted eye. Painted eye. Oh well. Painted eye.
I don't know what that means.
See, this is where when you get things like that, the first thing I think of now is people going down the pits. Their eyes would be black, the faces would be black, you know, because of the dirt.
Well, yeah,
So
absolutely,
there's a
yeah.
painted eye, but that's putting a story to
Elevator.
elevator.
Mm.
So you can say man.
Yeah, you could do,
up and down.
yeah.
So you can put these words to it.
You can
but
associate them, can't you? I think?
easily.
If is there anybody here who passed away in this pit and you're still here, or you've come to visit us while we're here? I heard voices then. I don't know if it was people though, did you?
Yeah, it is. What
Definitely
I'm going to do is I'm going to move.
Can you
Keep all
turn the
that.
volume
Don't
down?
turn it off again.
No, not. Can you turn the volume down on it though? It's dead loud.
Yeah, you can turn the volume down. I'm just going to get.
How'd you turn it
I've
down?
just seen lights in the trees, so there could be see there's torches. Oh no, it's a car.
It's a car, yeah.
It's a car. But it's interesting, this place.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
How'd you turn the volume down, Jamie, on it?
Turn the volume down.
Yeah.
I'm
Just 'cause
getting
every
bitten
time
here.
it goes off, it frightens the life out of me.
Pay attention.
I know, we're not paying attention, are we?
Volume down.
There we go.
But we've got to keep it.
Because we
away
can
from
keep an
the-
eye on the words. I'll pop people in there. So where we are now, we can see, yeah, there's a car going past down the bottom.
There's torches here, so let me
Yeah.
go and grab the
Yeah, no worries.
lights, because
So this part, where we're at now,
Ow.
is the... Are you alright?
bitten.
Oh, right.
Keep getting bites on me. It's bite after bite after bite. So I'm
I
going to
think
pick
we might-
this one
I
up. Let
think
me
we
turn
might
this off
find,
as well, because that's quite a group of people there.
I think we might find more than the dead on this paranormal investigation.
I know, yeah. So yeah, I've turned that one off.
Hmm.
And what we'll do is we'll walk down to the other one as well. What time is it now, James?
It is. I can't see because of me. I think it's about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock almost.
Is it?
It's still light though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I know we're doing little investigations as we go along, James, and now we're going back to the shaft number 1.
Number one, I think,
Shaft
yeah, number one,
yeah.
yeah.
Now if you look at this one as well, this one is why are they so far apart?
Well, because they would have to be, because if you think at the bottom of them, there's a lot of
Yeah.
workings going off them, isn't there?
Yeah.
So there'll be tunnels going off to the various. There's tunnels, and what you have in the pits is, it's not just one.
I keep getting bit.
Yeah, I know you do. I've got something biting me. Like, it's not just one that's kind of at the bottom. It's not just all the way to the bottom, and then very often there would be different
Yeah.
what they
Nearly
call
fell.
insets, where
Yeah.
you would have different levels going off and things such as that.
Yeah.
So generally, what you find is with this is that you might have various different insets,
Yeah.
and obviously the reason they're separate is so you've got the space at the bottom of them where people can make their way to the various different levels. So you've got
Yeah.
that circulation.
Hello.
Got that circulation of air at the bottom then, you see.
Oh, is it on the lead? Sorry.
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, she might get you a bit tied up.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all right, don't worry about
It's
it.
actually on my
Hello.
leg. I'm recording at the same time. You don't mind?
Yeah,
do you?
we're recording for a podcast, that's all.
Yeah.
So
Where is it?
I
Where's
don't know
the
if she's tied. I'm so sorry.
I've been captured by a dog. Let me just go around this way. Oh, we are.
hello, hello. What are you doing? What are you doing? You could probably see me better than I can see you.
I know, yeah. Do me a favour, just all that for us.
Are you sorted, Jamie? Yeah.
It's gone from a podcast to a disaster. Come here. Is it girl or a boy?
Girl.
I love the fact that she keeps running around more and more.
I've got it.
Have you got it?
There we go. I've got it. There you go. Thanks very much.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't
No,
worry
it's
about it
okay.
next time.
It's okay.
Come
Lovely,
on,
well
go on.
done.
Don't go again.
Thanks
you,
very
folks.
much. Bye bye.
You got caught there then. So this one, as I say, so
Yeah.
that's why they're as far apart as they are, because it's you've got to think you've got all the workings at various different levels, workings at the bottom, so they wouldn't be just next to each other. You've got a good bit of ground in between the bus, and also as well, depending on where the winding engines were. And I'm pretty sure here
Let's put this back
the
on.
winding engines were in the middle. They would have been split between the two, so you can see that's kind of why it
Yes,
why
I'm
it
going to
was.
put that back on there.
I hope it doesn't collapse while I stood on it.
Well, we do apologise for that little bit of an interference there, but that was quite funny, wasn't it, with the dog?
Yeah, the dog was that excited it wrapped its lead round
I was
Jamie
tied in a
about.
knot. So let's call out here, James, while we're right next to it. We might as
Yeah,
well do that,
okay.
mightn't we?
Okay, if there's any spirit people here, anyone who'd like to talk to us, can you give us a sign? Can you make a noise? Can you touch the little ball we've just put on the cap there? Do anything you can.
That'll be me. I'll whistle and that dog will come running all the way back. Oh, it's a bit of a step, that.
There is somebody whistling over there, but that's, I think, the people.
Yeah, that
interested.
wasn't Paranormal, that's just somebody. They're probably whistling the dog.
Can you make a noise with one of the trees or tap? It's very peaceful here, you know.
It's very calm.
It's really, really calm. Like it. Obviously, we did the witches thing,
Yeah, a couple of weeks back.
which was
Uh,
terrifying. I mean, it was, wasn't it?
at the time, I said to you, we're not coming back
Yeah.
here. But
Well, this is just
with Marie's quite calm, isn't she? So
yeah.
we're going to go back again in the future.
But this is just. It just feels really. It feels so peaceful. Absolutely peaceful.
It does. I'd be quite happy to walk through here on my own. No,
No, I completely agree.
just heard somebody shouting.
If you're here with us, if there's anyone watching us, come forward. If you can give us a sign, if you see that little thing we've put on top, can you knock it so it goes off for us, please? Just touch it and it'll start flashing.
I'm going to put the other one here.
Yeah.
And I've got a third one, James.
Oh.
So just for curiosity. Oh, didn't tell me there's a branch there. I'll put the other one there. There'll be people scattering now thinking it's the police. You got the phone there?
I have.
Keep forgetting where it is.
We've had Inferno, which is interesting. Are you where I'm here? Scars. He doesn't like you, innocent. We like the dark. The rack, sound. What's up? Edge. Pay attention. That made me laugh. Pay attention when we were talking.
Pay attention. I can just hear people, so
Tell you what, why don't we go that way, takes us round, but it's quite steep going round that way. That takes us to the car park.
Yeah.
So why don't we go,
yeah, there's cars in the car park. I don't
Yeah,
want to
bit
disturb
strange.
them if they're in.
well, it's a bit strange that they're on that car park at this time, isn't it? Why don't we walk back up the way that we came? We'll talk a
Okay.
bit more about the history. I don't think we should go down to the lake just because there might be people
Yeah, there'll
night
be
fishing
people
and we
fishing
don't
there.
wanna-
Well, let's go to the other. Can we just go to the other one first?
Yeah,
Let's
let's go and do a call out because we've done that one.
Because the
now,
gate.
haven't we?
What have I just trod in?
A molehill, I
A
think.
molehill.
Yeah.
Thank Christ for that. The things we do for listeners, eh?
You know what's dead interesting though? I bet you if you dug this, I bet you there's all sorts of interesting stuff under the foundations and everything underneath.
Yeah,
Isn't there?
imagine coming here with a metal detector.
Oh yeah, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? You'd probably just find cans.
It'd be interesting, but I think you'd be arrested. There's a thing here, James, with a bit of the history on it. If we put the torch on my phone,
let's have a quick look.
we can see what's on it.
You pop the torch on.
Pop the torch on it.
I've not seen that before.
Yeah. Quite a lot of stuff going on.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at it. It has gone very dark now.
Right
hasn't
now. We stop right here. So yeah, quite a few things. I'm getting bit to hell though. Here we go, James.
Let's have a look. So it says it's kind of washed out a bit, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Rainford number 1 and 2 shafts.
Yeah. There's a spider there. See it?
Yeah.
Oh look, there's loads of spiders. Yeah. So there we go. So that's where.
We have to give a description because we're on the radio, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'll hold it. And you...
So when we look at it here, so we're here, so you can see the 2 shafts there. Number 1. That's where we'd just be number 2. And then so it says, let's move it slightly because it's just Rainford Colliery was situated 1 mile south of Rainford Junction. Regional lights at the colliery. 2 separate plans were in operation, number 1 and number 2, which is where we are, number 3 and 4. Shafts 3 and 4 were situated on your right at the entrance and looking directly ahead. You can see the insertion board. The shafts are 40 yards, 36 metres apart, and the west line, the dip being nearly west. The winding edge is placed between the 2 shafts, so where we are here. In fact,
where the trees are
the
inside.
stone, if you look in there as well, you can see this. No, it's gone off the camera.
It's because of the.
But you can see that it's not very clear at the minute, but there is stone there from which is the bed of the winding engine.
Yeah.
And it says the winding is placed between the shafts. One of the ropes winds called for number 2, the downcast. So number 2 is the downcast, while the other runs the cage and balance weight in number 1, the upcast. The cage is utilised for lowering and raising the working men. It says number 2 shaft is 11 foot in diameter and 160 yards in depth to the 7 foot seam. And then now I think they were deepened as well at some point.
Yeah.
You can see the different rolls here. Collier shovelled and fired down coal into the tubs. Hewer used a pick to make triangular undercut. The drawer or the sumper moved the chocks and supports, advanced the conveyor of the coal face. And then you've got a view here of the colliers and their families picking coal from the spoil heap during 1926 mine. That's the one I was on about before. See them all there where the...
Well, what I'll do is obviously the show will have a poster.
Yeah.
So the poster will probably have one of these images on it.
Yeah, that's I don't know whether that's not the pit head area, but it's just a typical collar head. I've just got
have you been bitten?
It's whistling sound in my ear then, you know.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you want to keep your torch on for a minute?
Yeah, I'm just zipping up this jumper even tighter, James, because
yeah,
I think you'll be able to do dot to dot on me tomorrow.
But the remains of the winding engine are in this wood here. They used to be a lot more visible, actually, to be honest.
Just shine the torch towards me, James, and look at the bloody gnats.
Yeah, you have got a few.
Yeah,
because I've got hair, you see, so they can't get on the top of me head.
Yeah, I've got some here. Here today, gone tomorrow.
So this is the other number 2.
Yeah. So what was this shaft, number 2?
Number 2. This was the downcast shaft.
This was the downcast. Right,
yeah.
Okay.
So
the downshaft.
So the downcast is where the clean air goes in. So I always thought number 1 was the downcast and this was the upcast, but they were the other way around.
Right.
Basically. So the shaft is directly underneath here.
Yeah.
Let's just call out.
Okay, go on.
Just put your little cover on. It's alright, I've got it covered.
Don't put it too near your mic because you get that.
Yeah, it's fine. If there's anyone here, can you make a sound for us, please? Can you tap, knock?
Show yourself. What's that bumping?
I heard that then. Might be this ground underneath here, it's a bit gone. Might have been my shoe.
Oh, okay. Can I borrow the...
Yeah.
Still got the torch? Yeah. For a second.
It's very peaceful though, isn't it?
Very.
I do feel as though there's something on just this side behind us there.
Yeah.
But not anything. But it doesn't feel anything threatening or
no.
anything like that. It just feels really...
Anything's appeared. I'm not
It
sure
feels-
when you put the torch on whether you...
It turns it off.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It's very serene, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry about the sound again if it makes a weird sound.
Well, do you want to start making our way back up to the car?
Yeah, because we can still...
Yeah, we can still keep talking, can't
so,
we?
Yeah. I'm just trying to...
I've got to say, Jamie, I mean, I've been here many a time for a walk. I've never done an investigation here before, but I really don't feel it. I've got to say, I don't feel anything. I think there's residual energy here.
Yeah, I feel very
People
calm.
who've been, but I don't feel anything negative or threatening or anything like that. It just,
No, I think if you came here on a regular basis, you may capture something. But
yeah,
as you know yourself, it's very difficult to capture anything.
I think it's just,
I've got them both working out, torch and...
it's
Which
just,
way is it, James?
it's this way.
How quickly has it gone dark?
Yeah,
Again?
but it's just very, I just think it's very peaceful, to be honest. Really peaceful.
Certainly is. If there is anybody here, do you want to come towards us? We're going to have a walk around now. If you don't mind you coming towards us, talk to us, tell us your name. Now I've got the Spirit Talker on no Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
if anything comes through, it's coming through.
Why is it that you turn the Wi-Fi off when you use it? Do you worry about GPS or something?
Yes,
Oh,
because
right.
the GPS will find out where you are, then it can throw words in, can't it?
And have you noticed it doing that? Yeah.
Well, I've never had the Wi-Fi on, so I don't know. I mean,
Right.
maybe we should experiment and put the Wi-Fi on and see what happens.
Yeah, it would be interesting if you was in a graveyard, for example, if it started coming up with.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did a graveyard once, and we didn't have the Wi-Fi on it, and it was coming up with name after name. It was just names coming one after the other.
I think I might have been with you when we did one and it
Was
did
it?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that night when we were there and we saw there was a name came up and we found it on a grave. Do you remember?
That's James. It was James.
Yeah.
I don't know how many bites I've got now. Yeah, it's just come up with healing. I hope it heals my bites.
Right, let's walk. This is the path.
Yeah. If there is anybody, well, if there's any spirits around here, they're going to be everywhere.
They'll be all over the place,
I
won't they?
mean,
Yeah.
we've come to the shaft to see if there, if anything's close to that. But if you think about the roads, James, what we're going back past now,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
whether anybody was killed on there or not. But
Well, the thing is that we know there was deaths here, and
there's
people
residual energy.
people regularly were killed and injured, in the mines. It was all the time. But I also think as well. I mean, I think like a lot of my family worked down the pit, and
Yeah.
it was a way of life for people. And the sad thing about it is now it's gone.
Yeah.
And there's
Sad in one way.
them
but
two holes in the ground kept as the late Fred Dibner used to say, kept a lot of people in bread and butter for many years,
Certainly
and
did.
now all there is just silence, really, isn't there?
Yeah. And memories and
yeah.
tribute, really.
But I
for-
think
tribute to those
you're
who
right.
worked
I
in them.
think that there's definitely you can feel the residual energy, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
I
feel
wa-
when-
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know we often talk about stone tape theory as well,
yeah.
but I bet you that's the type of stuff that you would get in this location, don't you think?
Yeah.
You would get, crikey, I'm getting
Well,
bit now as well.
I've just put the torch low. Look how dark it is now. To what
Yeah,
we
it
do.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think I'd walk through now on my own, James. But
Well, I don't think you would, but I think it would be a bit silly to walk through anywhere like
darkness,
this on your own,
where
wouldn't it? Yeah.
darkness has just come up on the phone.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yeah. Just as we were talking about how dark it's just gone darkness.
It's such a quiet, peaceful night, isn't it?
yeah. Not like the other week when we were down the other place.
Well, the mad thing about that wasn't it, is that it wasn't too bad when we got there,
No, it was lovely. It was sunny.
and then it ended up going.
Then it just turned into. Thankfully, we were in the trees, but it was like the coven, or the coven. Sorry.
This is the squeaky gate.
I know, yeah.
We're not locked in. Very light, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that wine? It's a wine cork, isn't it?
No, it's one of them. Hold on, watch my finger.
What is it?
It's one of them things off the lights.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
about
it
the
is, isn't
squeaking
it?
again. Everybody who's got the headphones on now will be taking them off quickly.
Now this path we walked down before we was on the way looks a
Another
bit.
word is wary.
Hmm.
Word wary is just going
This path we walked down before we was on. I'm not half getting bit, you know.
shorts on as well.
I know, yeah. This was quite light. It feels a little bit different now, doesn't it?
It's, you can't even see the patch. It's quite in. It's like that. You can't even see,
Yeah.
can you?
Jamie forgot the torch.
Leonard.
Leonard.
The word Leonard. A name.
Yeah,
First name of the night.
Jamie forgot the torch,
Yeah, snitch, yeah.
which is. I'm going to stand behind you because it's shining and it's I can't see because it's
Right.
when it's in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
God,
So
it's
if there's
just
anybody
so
here,
quiet, isn't it?
I think we should walk until total darkness.
Well, watch out for the potholes because you nearly went down
Oh,
one
yeah.
before it was daylight.
Changed my mind. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. So if there's anybody down
I
this
tell you what
pathway-
we should do. Should we see if we can hear any birds? It's funny we can't hear owls, isn't it?
I can do an owl sound.
Let's not because we know there's people around and they might get a bit confused.
I done it once when we were in Wales. Me and Marie were in South Wales and I'd done it, and they were actually replying.
Were they?
Yeah.
What type of owls would there be around
Tawny.
here? Then? Tawny, yeah.
But you get the barn owls out in the fields. But you've
Yeah.
got the tawny owls, which are like a woodland owl. Just had me bit of protein there,
What was that? A moth?
and that
Oh,
must have been 0.1 of a bit of protein that because it was a gnat.
is it me? Or does it feel like it was? We didn't walk down this far before. Feels like it's a longer path, doesn't it? It's dark, isn't
Back
it?
and it's dark. Another word. Bench.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
That's just come. The word bench has just come up.
And we're
Turn
literally
to me left, and there's a bench.
there's a bench.
Dead on.
That's
bench.
quite fascinating. That.
So we've had, when you think about it, we've had darkness when we were talking about the dark.
Yeah.
We're just walking along now, and it says bench, and we turn to our left.
Let me ask you something.
and
If
there's a
you're
bench.
here
Yeah, come on.
and you're using this machine, can you tell us your name on that machine?
That'd be interesting.
Instantly it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Can you tell us something?
Oh, there's a light down there, Jamie.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's
That was
right. They're probably saying there's a light up here as well.
Probably will be. It's a bit strange though, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
You got
sorry
the
about the noises again there.
Sorry, it's the you keep shining that in my eyes and I can't see anything.
I'm sorry.
Have you got the cat balls?
In my pocket.
We'll go past these cats. Start it flashing.
James's idea is when we get past to the car park, they're still dogging.
We don't know. We don't know.
Start
We don't know whether they're
flashing.
dogging or not. The cat balls flash blue, don't they?
Yeah.
Like a strobe.
You just see cars scatter. Oh, there's a pothole again, James.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. See, I told you shouldn't have.
I would have fell down that
You
again.
would have fallen down it.
Yeah. But it's it's been a relaxing, cold and out night. I know we haven't captured anything or caught in, but that happens in paranormal.
Well, the thing is, as well, is that if you think about it, right, we've come up here to have a look, and we have absolutely no idea whether or not it's haunted or not. It's dark down there.
I've
now,
heard that the person who walks around here, the lady.
Is there a lot? So
So
what have
there
you
is-
heard about? What have you
Yeah,
heard
we
about
were,
that?
we were told about that. We were genuinely told about that by someone who lives around here.
Right.
So
And do they have any idea who she is?
no, she walks down here, and the lane, the main lane, which goes up to the shafts.
Right.
But they also said at the end of this road that if we're walking back towards the car, so we'll walk.
I'm walking
To the
behind
left.
you because you keep shining.
Okay.
What Jamie's doing, everyone, is he keeps shining the torch directly in my
Right.
eyes, and then I can't see anything for about 20 seconds afterwards.
Yeah.
Can I hold it for it? Let me
What are you
hold it.
trying to say, man?
There we go. That's it. Right. That's better. See now we hold it down there so we can see where we're going. It doesn't affect our night
You
vision.
can't see the.
Yeah, but we can keep an eye on it.
That light's probably a house down there, James.
I think it probably is.
Yeah.
But it.
Oh my God.
What's are you still getting bit?
It's all over me.
It feels. It doesn't feel like we. I don't feel like we walked this far down before. Do you?
No. It always seems longer though in the dark.
Yeah. That's another path. I thought it was a bit creepy down there now, doesn't it? See, if you look very closely on the left and right, there's a remains of an old railway bridge there. See, the bridge has gone, but there.
Have a look?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to go down there.
You don't?
No.
Where's the railway bridge?
Well, there's what's left of it. The wall on either side here.
Ah, got you there, yeah.
I'll show you there.
Okay, it's not that far away. He says no, and then he darts off with the torch.
See the walls?
Got you. Ah, so that's the old railway bridge.
So that's where the railway would have gone across, yeah.
Now this might be an interesting place to call out.
It's very dark down there, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Doesn't feel as friendly in this bit, does it? But maybe that's because it's trees again, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's dark.
Absolutely bitten to smithereens.
Okay, look how dark it is there.
Yeah.
Just put the phone right next to you, so just to see how dark.
Yeah, it's very dark, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to get lost in here in the dark.
It is night time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, does anybody here with us now? Can you show yourself? Make a sound? Move something?
It's just said come back again.
Oh, we will.
Can you tap?
If you can use the device, what we're using here, to talk to us, where are we now? What are we standing next to now? Now, if that comes up with the word,
Bridge, yeah.
yeah, I'll be impressed.
It's obviously only been a single track going across.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pigeon.
it's a bird.
But it's an incredible place.
It says we have eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you do.
If you've got eyes on us, can you show us where you are? Give us some lights or movement. Can we see you? What was that?
It's like a big bang, wasn't it?
It was a big bang. But that was back to the way we came.
Yeah.
Was there ever an explosion up there?
Sounded like an explosion, yeah.
Anything come up on the...
Just we have eyes on you, nothing new.
Nothing new.
Jamie, I think I'm going to have to walk back. I'm getting absolutely
yeah.
bitten.
Well,
They've had enough of you now and started
well,
on
I'm
me
going to
instead.
put shorts on, James.
Well, it is nice weather.
I can't see.
Go on.
Thank you.
Little stream. Well, there's been a stream
Dried
there,
up stream.
hasn't there?
Yeah. God, James, this is the worst I've ever seen with gnats.
I think it's because it's a bit damp. It's warm. It's damp, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're basically two big meals for them, aren't we? Walking through.
Yeah.
Walking through.
Meals on. I was going to say meals on wheels, but it's not. Meals on
There's
feet.
another one
There's
there.
one
Yeah.
there, yeah. They're following us back anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are,
So
yeah.
if anybody is following us, don't think about coming with us. Stay here, please. This is where you belong. This is your area. We're visitors. More than welcome to come to us when we're here, but not follow us home.
I can't believe how far down we've come.
No, I can't.
I mean, like, you know what I mean?
It does feel longer.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it took us anywhere near as long before to walk all the
No.
way down. Now it feels like it's a never-ending road back.
It's like one of them roads. Have you ever seen when you're dreaming? Sometimes the road never ends.
Yeah.
Like the children at the
I
corner.
tell you what I've got to say though.
left
You know
of
what's absolutely beautiful? If you just stand and just smell, doesn't it smell beautiful?
Yeah. Countryside.
All the greenery and.
Yeah. But then you've got the thought. If you look to your left, James, do you remember the children of the corn?
Oh yeah.
That's what
It is like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of creepy around here.
It's creepy, but it's also very peaceful as well.
It's peaceful if you're on your own, if you're with somebody.
Oh yeah. If you was walking down here on your own, it's
I wouldn't be walking.
probably not quite as. Ow. I should have pulled my socks up, but I'd look a bit daft.
Oh my God, there's gnats everywhere. I'm scratching
To
my
go
head.
home and tell Marie
I've
was
been
the ghost.
Yeah, I've been bitten, Marie.
Look, honestly, like there's not any on me at the minute, but it feels like they're on me all the time.
I'm glad they've got short hair and no hair, because at least I know they're not going to be staying there.
Right, this is the car park here. I think
Yep.
the cars have gone now. Must have been the dog walkers. Oh no, they're not. They're still there. They're still there. No, there's one still there.
Might still be using it as what you think it should be.
Oh, potentially. Looks like it's got a. It looks like it's got a screen up in the window, doesn't it? Be all right if we both turned up with two.
Why does it change whenever we go to some kind of... Is that noise?
Train.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be all right if we turned up and there was.
Son of a bitch. Just been bitten again.
There was.
My ears might be twice as big as they were when I came out.
I thought the car had gone then. It's not. It's up there. This here is the little brook that goes through.
Is it?
I think it's a helicopter, that actually. Yeah.
I was going to say that's the first flying train I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's the old.
Turn the light off
through.
now, James.
And I'm going to show you just down here. I'm not going to drop your phone. Don't worry. But
so we're now near
yeah,
the...
see.
Oh, it's quite a distance down as well.
Yeah. Quite
You can see
interesting.
the wall. If you see, you can actually see the wall there as well.
Yeah. So it is. It's the only other ones we've had is
Yeah.
walk back.
Walk back. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to turn it off for a minute.
Was that the only one after that one? Was it walk back?
And then prison.
Prism.
Prison, as in jail.
Oh, fair enough then.
God, it's peaceful tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what, right? I'll tell you something what would be really interesting. Round here. God, it's so clear. Look how clear it
You
is.
can see the stars.
Yeah, really, really clear, isn't it?
There's your train going over there.
What's that?
Yeah, Boeing 747 train.
747 train. That's how you get from Liverpool to Rainford now. The train flies. It only takes you 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Without delays.
We're gonna get back in the car, and we're gonna drive to somewhere else.
Okie dokie.
We're gonna drive to the haunted carriage road.
So the haunted carriage road. how
Haunted
far is
carriage
that?
road. About 5 minutes.
Well, let's have a quick talk before we.
Yeah,
finish,
go on.
James. So, you can do it in the car if you want. You can do the.
Yeah,
talking
let's
in
get
the
in.
car.
Let's get in the
So,
car.
yeah.
Let me find. I've not dropped the keys. Could you imagine?
Do you know in Rainford
Hmm.
there's a grave? They call the vampire's grave.
That's Billings, isn't it?
Oh, is it Billinger?
Yeah.
Just
Is that the one with the skull on it?
Yeah, I was just testing your knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, you alright? Have you just hit your head?
I'm saying nothing.
You're going to get in.
Oh my
Marie,
God.
when you get in today, Marie's going to be like, what on earth have you been doing? You just bang your head, you're covered in bites.
Well, if we weren't recording it, James, I'd have turned around and said, look at the size of that bite off that nut.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What the hell that is?
Gosh, that was mad, wasn't it?
One hell of a paranormal investigation that was. Bitten, concussed.
Dazed and confused.
I was going to say, has that just come up?
yeah. Yeah, God, that was good, wasn't it? Well, I mean, I think it was interesting. There wasn't anything happened paranormal, but
No,
I think
no.
it was an interesting little walk, wasn't it?
It was, and I hope the listeners enjoyed it as well.
So you mentioned about the lady that you said is apparently supposed to walk there. What's the story of that then?
All I
Just
know
that
is,
she's seen, or?
yeah, we had a walk around a few months back with somebody.
Mm.
We went to have something to eat, and we took the dog for a walk,
Yeah.
and the people took us round. It was like a big dog walk. And when we were talking about the ghosts and everything else, and he turned around and he went, "Oh, Sidings Lane." He said, "There's a lady what's allegedly walks up and down
Oh wow.
the Sidings Lane road, which I assume is this. There's the Sidings Lane
Yeah,
road."
yeah.
And I said, "Not only is she seen there, but there's a road a little bit further down to the left, is there?"
There is. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
or
seen there as well.
If you're turning into Sidings Lane, it's on the right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, and he said it's quite often seen there.
Mm.
So a grey, I think he said it was a grey lady, but you hear of grey ladies everywhere. And my assumption of a grey lady is it's a ghost. So
Yeah.
everything is like greyish or
Mm.
white.
Mm.
you know, if they had the clothes, you'd say this lady wears this and wears this, but they always say the grey lady.
Yeah.
So I always assume that when they say the grey lady, it's the
But it's the well-known name of a ghost, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I mean the pink ladies and green ladies and stuff like that. Golden ladies as well.
it's heavy lady.
Yeah.
lady
But that's
in
the
red.
shade of the apparition, isn't it? Anyway, shall we get ready to go to the next place?
We could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Let me just get sorted out here. I'm still trying to recover from the concussed head as well, which you thought was funny.
Well, I did a bit.
Would I laugh if it was you?
You would.
Yeah, I would.
You
I certainly would. I'd make sure I did. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing. You're monitoring your phone.
Yeah, okay. So
Cool.
what we're going to do for the next show, or one of the shows in the future, we're going to go off and do another investigation.
Everyone
Or
else
you
is
just
going
show
to
me
be.
the
Everyone
place?
else is going to be listening now, thinking to themselves, "Ooh." Well, let's see when we get there. Let's see
Yeah.
what it's like. All right
If it's
then.
good, we'll record. If it's not, we won't. So, James, it's come to the end of the show anyway, and it's been a cracking night. It's
been lovely, hasn't it?
Nothing happened, which is a shame, but as you know, things like that happen. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
No, absolutely.
Um,
You know what? It was dead relaxing as well.
It was.
And I would say to anybody, if you get, maybe not at 10 o'clock at night, but if you get a nice afternoon and the weather's decent, come for a walk. You know, it's an absolutely beautiful place to go for a walk.
So the best way to go is past the car park, or at this time of night, the dogging park. Keep going straight on.
You're only
Keep
assuming
walking.
that there's dogging going on. We don't know that.
We know.
Well, I don't know how you know, but you do.
Been there.
What do you like?
No, just keep going anyway.
But you can
Keep
park
walking.
in that car park in the
You
day.
can
and walk around and stuff.
So
yeah.
James, we better get off,
Indeed.
because one, Neil be panicking now because he wants to put an advert on. So from Sidings Lane, from James and myself and Access Paranormal, we'll be back again next week, and we'll see you then. Good night.
Good night.